I talked to somebody the other day in my YouTube comments that said that they had been reading the Bible and they tried praying and everything, and that they felt almost kind of like hurt when they would hear other people having these emotional experiences with God, and they were never given that. And they didn't like people making the assumption that they didn't try, and they just couldn't believe because they weren't having the same kind of experiences as a lot of us have had. And I actually really related to that because I had the exact same issue for a long time. I believed to a certain extent that Jesus was real and that his name had power because I grew up with a lot of spiritual oppression, and I saw a lot of demonic things, and was woken up in the night, and I knew to use the name Jesus to cast these things out, and they had to go. So I couldn't fully deny that there was a Jesus. But after leaving the Mormon church and then going on a Christian mission trip and having an experience with the clickiness there and being treated not in a great way, I started to kind of veer off and discover every other kind of religion and every other kind of spiritual belief in order to find out what was really true. I ended up dating a Christian, and I went to church with him, and I would read the Bible and stuff, and I would pray to God, show me that you're real. And I would go to church and I saw these people having an emotional experience and praising, and I just didn't feel that, and I felt super different and isolated, and I just didn't feel like I had anything in common with these people. I had flashbacks of growing up in the Mormon church and also feeling isolated there. And I guess a part of me felt maybe rejected by God, because why? I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing what you guys are telling me to do. I'm reading the Bible, I'm praying, and I'm not experiencing what you guys are experiencing. What's the deal? And that actually kind of pushed me way further away for a few years. But I had prayed and asked God. And over time, he allowed me to go veer off into this darkness for years, and into this just narcissistic kind of lifestyle, and all about me, and all self-worship and witchcraft. And he let me come to the end of myself. And eventually I was able to receive him in a different way, in a way that wasn't about trying to be something. It wasn't me comparing myself to other Christians, trying to fit in with a culture, trying to be good enough. I was at a rock bottom. And at that point, I started seeking him with all my heart. And the Bible says, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all of your heart. And this is one of the things that this person brought up, is I told him that verse, and he's like, you're assuming that I'm not seeking him with all my heart, or that I didn't seek him with all my heart. And I do believe that when you pray that prayer and you have a willingness in your heart, as I finally did, to accept that everything else that you've believed is a lie, and be willing to step in to a completely different truth and give up your past life, he absolutely will move. He absolutely will reveal himself. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time. Sometimes he answers that prayer in a way that is structured to our will and the things that we're still kind of attached to, the walls we still have up. But I feel like it's really important as Christians to be able to have a conversation with people that are struggling with their belief, to be able to listen to where they're at and to believe them. Believe what they're saying and their experiences, and not to demean and diminish their experience. But maybe instead of throwing a bunch of verses at them right away, let them experience the fruit of the Spirit. Let them experience the patience and the kindness and the mercy and the graciousness and the slowness to judge, the slowness to speak,